Good morning, afternoon, or evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Brody from AAMU1, the VEXU team. Apologies for starting a little late, but I had a few settings and stuff that I was trying to get set for the stream. Let's see now. One of them being that I need to pull back up the game manual so we can then get started. Oh, it looks like the music also stopped. But, excuse me one moment. Apologies, that was my dog in the background. Alright, now let's get... If I can get this working real quick. Let's see. Yes, apologies that things are not going quite as intended here at the very beginning. Let's see. Alright, I think we are back now, possibly. Let me see. Yes, alright. Let's try that one more time. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Brody from the VEXU team, AAMU1, the Bionic Bulldogs. And tonight we are going to be looking at some potential CAD and robot design for the VEX V5 2025-2026 game Pushback. First thing I want to go over is the robot sizing rules, because there is something that the VEX community has been a little bit confused about, and I don't believe it's been answered in a Q&A or anything yet from the game design community or committee. So let me pull up the Pushback game manual real quick. Also, why did my music stop? Okay, let me turn that down just a little bit more. Alright. There. So let's pull up the game manual real quick, because really we need to go over the kind of confusing part that people are looking at when it comes to robot sizing, which is the 22-inch, even on the diagonals. So some people have been confused by this, and it's been something that people kind of want answers to, because it means that you can't actually construct your robot. See, now I need to turn this music down a little bit more. Let me know if it ends up being too much down. However, I think it should be fine. So if we have anyone in chat, then please let me know if the music needs to be turned down or if it's good. And we are going to get rolling with looking at the game manual. Yeah, okay, here it is. Okay. So first things first, pull you up here. Okay. So if we scroll on down to, what was it? Was it inspection rules, I believe? Where, or maybe it was in game rules. Robots must pass inspection. Let's see. Yeah, and yeah, here's R5, you know, the standard rule for V5, where a robot must fit within an 18 by 18 by 18 inch volume, but maybe it's under game rules, and that's why I was forgetting where it was. No, they sadly don't have it here. Going to what skills challenge? No. Maybe it's actually, I think it's under specific game rules is where it's at. I think it's SG. Okay, so starting SG, robots can be no larger than 18 by 18 at the start of a match. And then here we go, SG2. Horizontal expansion is limited, where you can have no horizontal dimension may exceed, no horizontal dimension may exceed 22 inches. Now, if you do math really quick, to see that 22, well, here, I guess I gotta do it here. 22 times 22 is 484, and then divide that by 2, 242, and then find the square root of that, which was 242, right? Yeah. So you only end up with about 15.5 inches along the diagonal that you can actually use. But I just wanted to really quickly sketch out real quick and show you what that looks like relative to robots this season. So first we're going to go with a center point rectangle here. Just kind of drop that down. And then we will drop down a center point circle to kind of overlay and show what these dimensions will look like and what the footprint of a robot can actually look like. So let's go up here to, where to go? Yeah, dimension. Let's do 18 inches. And then do 18 inches. And then 22 inches. And so the main thing for a robot is that you can still fit within a lot of the 18 by 18 inch volume and still be within this 22 inch circle here. So the area really that you can use for a robot this season is closer to, let's see now. Where did extrude go? Sorry, it's been a minute since I've actually done a part in. Yeah, okay. So let's go. Actually, hold up. Where is it? Take that one. Take that one. Take that one. Actually, hold up. There we go. So let's do a depth of 0.25 inches, and opposite direction, and then make this visible again to where we can see it. And so, as you can see, this is a bit more your actual region that you can use this season for a robot. At least currently how VEX has defined the rule. Granted, I will agree, it is fairly vague as of this moment. And so I'm hoping that VEX will clarify that maybe it is just a singular direction, like most years have been previously, to where it's like, oh, you can only expand out one direction of your robot. And if they don't clarify it, then that is going to be difficult for inspectors to do during inspection. I can tell you from experience that is not ideal at all. And so let's see. Moving on now. It seems like though, from what I've kind of played around with, this circle can, see how, if I delete this, you can shift this circle relative to the square. And so let's say that your robot kind of comes out to here, or fits between this point where the circle is tangent with the 18-inch, and then the back of your robot where you expand out of is flush with this edge, then you could have your robot expand out this way, as long as you have a piece that more follows the curvature of this tangent circle to the 18-inch square that you are allowed to fit into. And so let's just show that real quick. I will tangent this to here. Well, okay, there we go. And then I will dimension to kind of show what that looks like. Or maybe I need to add a point here. Nope. Oh, point, duh. So just kind of add a point there in order to show the maximum you could go along this dimension. Then, oh, need a second point actually, because it does not quite match all the way back. So the max dimension you would have along here is about 12.64, or a little over 12 and 5/8, which in VEX pieces you could just shorten that down to 12 and a half. So basically a 25 hole long drivetrain. Now what I think that we will probably end up seeing teams do with their drivetrains is that they will take the wheels, and instead of placing them farther out, they will bring them inside the robot more. And so let me kind of show you what I mean by that. We'll just escape here and then delete that. So what I mean by that is that, for example, if you built your drivetrain, let's say your drivetrain is, I don't know, 3 inches wide, or 3.5, we'll say. If you only went 3.5 straight with your wheels, or with your chassis rails on 2 sides, then you would basically end up at about that 25 like I just showed you a second ago. However, if we go here, go a 90-degree out, and then a dimension from here to here, then you get closer to, well, over 15.5. So you nearly get 3 extra inches that you could lengthen your wheelbase. Now, of course, that does mean that your wheelbase would be a little narrower. However, I don't think this year you'll have to worry too much about instability higher on your robot, because you're not really lifting anything necessarily this season. You're really just springing, your robot's mostly staying on the ground. There's no reason for it to really end up in the air, except for at the very end of the match. So, really quickly, let me bring the game manual back up real quick. So that's kind of how I think this 22 inches will come into play during the season. However, again, it will be fairly difficult to dictate that. For people doing inspection, it will be a bit of a pain. And so we'll just kind of have to see what VEX's thoughts are as we go through the season, for how we should tackle that. And so, let's see. Moving on to the next one. All right, so let's see. Anyway, so that's kind of tackling SG2 and the semi-controversy, I believe, surrounding it. I'll just kind of delete all of that now. Delete. Get it out of the way. Alright, so kind of moving on to assembly. I don't believe there's much of a reason for this year you to have a longer than 25 outer chassis rail. So let's see. Actually, is me. Okay. Let me take care of something real quick. Alright, with that taken care of, let's get into actual CAD. So, kind of thinking there's a season, thinking there's going to end up being a lot of people doing shorter wheelbases for robots. And so I'm going to hop in here real quick, go into structure, and then I'm going to grab an angle, do 12.5. So I think I can actually kind of up the music a little bit. Actually, maybe just... yeah, that works better. Alright. Alright, so back to here. So I think what we're going to do is just go standard. So, it's a 2x2. Oh, that's an angle. Oh, good grief, it's been a long day. Alright, so grab a 12.5-inch C-channel here. And we're going to go 1x2x1 aluminum, generate, take that, and we're going to label this as drivetrain left side. And this will kind of help us do sub-assemblies, and then if we end up flipping it around for the right side, then that will definitely help later. Alright, so now go... I think we'll do 1, 2 for now. Just kind of rotate you. This is one reason why I like Onshape, because it's a lot better at letting you kind of rotate stuff in place. Alright. Now, one thing I will say is that if you end up kind of doing the, if you end up kind of staggering your drivetrain to be more like, here, let me show you this real quick. I did kind of do some math earlier to demonstrate this with, I'm gonna... Sorry, loud truck passing by. Let's kind of come to the center point again here. To our 18 by 18, and then our 22-inch circle. I might just have to leave this here in order to kind of keep demonstrating this. let's go 22, 18, 18. Check. Actually, continue editing. So if I take a line, make it 12.5, which is 25 for your drivetrain in VEX. And then let's say I go another line here, making it 17.5, we'll say. So as you can see, your 12.5 will kind of fit there. And so I think we could end up seeing potentially, let me connect these real quick to kind of demonstrate. So dimension here, no, 45, 45. So let me drag this up here to kind of demonstrate. There we go. I think this is where we could see teams use the plastic is mainly as gussets this season. And so that could definitely be where I see teams take advantage, or not necessarily advantage of, but for the limited plastic usage, which of course is only coming back to here, F, not plastic, okay. So yeah, R25 down here, where a limited number of plastic is allowed, instead of it being a singular 12 by 24 inch sheet that you can cut all your pieces out of, this year it is instead 12 individual pieces, and each individual piece cannot be larger than 4 inches by 8 inches, which I think works a lot better because then you end up with a lot less teams just doing whole chassis rails out of plastic. And I know that it was a issue with teams having those chassis rails not be very secure last season, and they could flex and like wheels could fall out, or just, you know, shafts fall out. And so I do think that this is something that, while a lot of people have also been kind of not pleased about, I don't think it's going to be much of an issue this year because you're not really elevating. You can only elevate up to 22 inches above the floor. Like, your robot itself cannot pass 22 inches in total, and that's even when you cross over that 1 inch barrier to get into the parking zone. Although with the robots being 18 inches tall, you should maybe hit around 20, possibly. But it can be an issue. It could end up being an issue due to the because you only have a couple inches really of give there. So let me kind of sketch that out over here actually. So let's say you have a 18-inch tall robot. This is 18 here, this is 18 here, and then this can of course rotate, but if the floor is here, crud, I need that to be horizontal. So let's do a horizontal line and then go 24, and then I'm going to elevate up 1 inch because that is the barrier height for the parking zone. If we go coincident here to here, and I'm going to actually drag you over here just to make it easier to see. Okay, I'm not saying just lock in place, but whatever. Alright. And then I'm going to go... Well, can I not rotate? What in the... There we go. And then coincident here to here. Oh. Delete that one. There we go. So now, of course, your height is higher than 18. You're not quite at 19. However, of course, if you have anything on top of your robot over that 18, then it can pop up a little higher. But yeah, it's just one thing that I think teams may potentially, like if you have a game piece up here that like ends up hitting underneath a, let's see now. So I'm just going to go here, do dimension, piece is about 4 inches. So the other thing is that, of course, if you have something on your robot that comes up here and like rests on top of this game piece here, on top of your robot, then of course, for that game piece to come out, you then would be out of size. However, I think the 3 inches, yeah, I think that the 3 inches that VEXU is giving you, is very gracious. So it may not be something that really needs to be addressed as much. Alright. And then of course for people doing VEXU, there is a rules modification for, let's see now, I think the 24-inch robot could be 24 inches tall, but the 24-inch robot could not pass 24 inches in elevation, I believe. That's game field bomb and stuff. Let's see now. Where was specific game rules, starting a match? Oh wait, that's regular specific game rules. Let's go to probably rule modifications, game modifications if I had to guess. Yeah, different expansions. The 24-inch robot may expand up to 24 inches horizontally or vertically at any time during the match for your 24-inch robot. So you do have a bit more grace there for your 24-inch robot for the VEXU teams watching. Of course, the 15-inch robot can only expand up to the 22 inches still, which shouldn't be as much of a concern. So, yeah, and one thing I do think is kind of interesting, just while we're kind of here on the VEXU, is of course where you can actually have teams engaging one another during autonomous, which I think is very cool for this year. So it'll be fun to see how that functions in actual gameplay. Anyways, so getting back to drivetrains, I think just going straight across with 12.5 inches may not be bad. I think I'll actually modify this one though. And, you know, actually, I've got to come over here and do it, I think. Yeah, change configuration. I think that I will actually make this one 17.5. Yeah, there we go. I forgot it's right click. There we go. So now let's kind of center this a little bit. And then I'm going to fix this one in place. So now, with my 17.5 inches here, what I'm going to do is that getting back to this sketch over here, I want to now bring it across, I think 12.5 here. Yeah, I think you can bring it across 12.5 and be fine. So I think that what I might actually do here is do a insert. Actually, okay, here's what I'll do here. Insert some standoffs maybe, if I can find them. Actually, while I'm here, let me grab some motors. I'm gonna grab 6 electronics, and then smart motor 11 watts. We're gonna grab 36:1 for the high speed. Come on now. So 1, 2, 3, and I think that it will be. Oh, actually, I grabbed the wrong ones. It was actually the 6:1s. So let me grab those. Redo that real quick. Smart motor 11 watts. Actually, 6:1. Come on. Is that the... Nope, that's the green one. Third time's charm, I guess. Been a while since I've done this. I've forgotten the ratios for everything now. Third time's charm, let's go. There we go. So we're going to come in with 1, 2, and 3 blue motors. And I think for this season, you're going to end up seeing teams probably move all their drive motors probably to the back of the bot. Or at least like you'll only have 1, 2, and then 1 probably stacked on top of one another is what we're going to end up seeing. So let me try and do V5, and then 4. Let's see now. Let me pull this up real quick. So we have 600 RPM motors here. And so for your input speed, we have 600. And then we want to do, I think, 36 or 48 to 36, don't we? Or, no, wait. No, input 36 to 48. There. Yeah, so we're going to go 36 to 48. Oh, good grief. I don't remember that. Alright. So now... Actually, maybe it'd be better to make these... Looking at this now, I want to... Actually, no, we'll keep these. So now rotate 90. Rotate 90. Hit 90. Okay. So now coming back to here. We're going to get you lined up here. So let's do planar line, planar mates first. Yep. Put right there. And then we're going to something a little different. I think slider, and then do, or no, it's, where's the, cylindrical. Alright. So now, yeah, okay, slides in and out. There we go. Alright. So now it's got it lined up. Let's look at this real quick. For our motors, I think we're going to go motors in the center, and then we're going to for VEX. At the same time, I could potentially see people going direct drive for the 600 RPM potentially. Actually, you know what? Let's kind of do that. Let's go direct drive and then third driving. So then let's go VEXU V5 gears. I think I'm going to change this up just a tad. Going wheels 3.25 inch, and then yeah. So we're gonna go 3.25 inch Omni wheel, and then we're gonna go back. Is the gear insert here or no? Been so long since I've tried to navigate these menus. Shafts, no. Was that right here the whole time and I just missed it? No. It's on the bearing collars, isn't it? Yep, of course it is. Alright. Well, the only problem is if then I can't use screw joints. Yeah, we're just gonna... Okay, we'll go 1-to-1 RPM drive speed, but we're gonna... Okay, yeah, I think I figured out what... I think I figured out what it is I want to do. Whew. Alright, so now that's there. So now I can use screw joints for the wheels. Exit there. We're gonna go here. Copy 2 items. Paste. Yep, and they're linked together. Okay, and then here and paste. Alright. Now we're going to rotate 90. Oh, rotate 90. And then rotate 90. Okay, I may need to take the dog out here in a minute, and so let me just quickly try to get this done real quick. Yeah, so we'll go you here, and then one kind of in the center-ish. And then add one here. Let's see now. Okay, I will need to work on the spacing a little bit here in a second. Let me actually change this up to 4-inch wheels now. Look at this, because I think you'll need a little bit more clearance in order to get I need a little bit more space to get over that lip for the parking zone. So, yeah, take you out of here. We're gonna go. Can I replace? Yeah, replace. Select replacement components. Replace replacement components. 5 parts here, and then 4-inch traction, or not 4-inch traction, but 4-inch omni. Yep. And then change out this, edits, and then go. Ah, okay. Oh wait, that's old style 4-inch omni. You know what, I'm just gonna, no, not you. That's the old style 4-inch omni. What I want is the, actually, before I forget, four-inch anti-static omni. There we are. That's what I'm looking for. Alright. Yeah, I think here in a couple minutes I'm gonna have to take the dog out, so. Need a better way to align this one. Yep, I think it's there. No, it needs to be. Yeah. There we go. That's the 4-inch omni that I'm looking for. Now, copy 2 items, paste 2 items, and then paste 2 items, and then rotate all 3 of these 90 now. Wait, what? Why'd you not rotate with it? Wait. Edit. Okay. Alright, so here, I'm going to take a break real quick to take the dog out and then come back, so let me mute real quick. Alrighty now, sorry, some technical difficulties, but I think we are back. Let me see now. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, okay, we're back now. Oh, thank goodness. Alright. So, after thinking about it, I think that continuing with the 4-inch wheels is the way to go. So, let's grab this. Copy 2 items. Paste 2. Paste 2. And then let's take these, rotate them 90. Oh, nope, 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 that is not what I meant to do. And again, these are the 4-inch wheels. So now. Alright. So let's see about trying to get the gears on the outside. What gearing? Again, we're doing a 1-to-1 ratio. So, what gearing may be best then? Let's look at, you know, this one here in the center, of course. Alright, that's not in the center, that's... Okay. No, here's more like the center-ish, I think. Yeah, here's a bit more centered, okay. So, you want to have more of the mass towards the back. I think this is good spacing here, potentially. Might need a little bit more, but we can slide stuff forward and backwards as needed. Now, yeah, I think maybe slide here, and slide here. Yeah, I think that will still fit within the diagonal. Yeah, that will still fit within the diagonal, and so sizing should still be good here. So, for the gear-wise, V5, I think that you can fit some 60s here, potentially. So let's go with... Yeah. Is this the... Yeah, let's go here. And then I want to bring a second one. Or I'll bring 3 in, just to... Can I please... Hello? Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. And then bring a third one in, maybe, hopefully not crash. Yeah, okay. So now, rotate all 3 of these. $90. So yeah, so you're 3, 2, and then 1. Yeah, 60s, that's right. Okay. So, using 60-tooth gears, I think is going to give us the best spacing here. And of course, these again are going to go on the outside. So we'll have to shift them to here. Alright. Actually, I'll shift them back out because I need to put gear inserts in them. So let's do... see now. I want to do round inserts. Yeah, 3 round inserts and 3 square inserts. Okay. So I want to bring you back out and delete you. But I want to bring you out and you out. And then I want to go insert. I could have swore though that... maybe it was something else I was thinking of. Yeah. Alright, let's go back here and then... yeah, there we go. Okay. So now round. Then square shaft inserts. Let's go fasten. Match you up to you. And then match you up to you. Yeah, there we go. And alright, so now that we have those, let's go copy these. Wait, no, exit out of that first. Now bring you here, bring you here. Actually, yeah. And copy 4 items, paste, and paste. Alright, so now you line up there. Yeah, you line up here. You line up here. You line up here. You line up here. Then I'm gonna wait to put the last one on, I think. Even though I think it'll line up like here. Because I want to copy this. Actually, I just realized this is actually going to end up being the right side of the drivetrain. So let's go right side, and now that's done, I want to take the right side, shift this all back to where it needs to go. Roughly. And then now I gotta figure out how I want to do the wheels, because wheels can be a little bit finicky. Alright, so how did we do the wheel assemblies for last year? Let's go here and here, and then shift them out to here. So if I go here and here, shift them out a little further, and we're going to work with them. see now. Oh, I didn't mean to click on that. So if I go bring you back. Whoop, nope, didn't mean to delete you. What I want to do is add spacers here. Let's see now. Oh. Spacer. I'll do 1/2 inch spacers or 3/8. Let's do 1/2 inch. And I think 1/4 inch was what we used last year, I believe. Actually, before doing that, let's see now. Let's actually go insert and then I'm gonna do standoffs here to kind of give an idea of how far apart these need to be. Wait, is it not? Oh, because there we go. Okay, that's way too long. Yeah, 2 inch. Okay. So 2 inch one there, and then 2 inch here. Yeah. Then, and again, just trying to kind of guess idea spacing for this one. Alright, and then inserts. I'll do a V5RC channel. Where's C channel at? Where are you at? Structure. C channel. We're gonna do 1x10. That is 5 inches long. Actually, 17.5, because actually, yeah, 10. And then we'll adjust it later on. Wait. 5 inches, 10 holes, good grief. I am so out of practice. Yeah, and that'll clear there. So now if I go fasten you to the top there, swap, rotate. Here we go. Now, alright, so I can bring it in closer. I think that's what I will do. Just go here, and then go here for 6. And then now, okay, so yeah, I could actually space them out quite a bit there. Okay. So I'm actually going to go let's go insert. Quarter-inch spacer. Check. And then fasten you to Okay, you're inside the wheel, so you need to flip out like that. There we go. And then I pull you out. Oh crap. What did that just do? I did not mean to do that. Where are... Wait, no. Can I control? There we go. Yeah, control Z. Alright. Then... Fasten mate. I'm gonna go with you. Yep. Guess here. Check. Okay. No. Alright. So doing that, then we're gonna take screw. See if we can figure out what the right length needs to be here. Screws and nuts. Yeah. Star drive. Then. Well, first let me put the nut on here. Which way would be better for the nut to go? Out the other way. So nut's better on this side. Alright. Fasten mate. Oh, crud. Yeah, this is a better way for it to go. Yeah, that's a better way for it to go. Alright, so now I need to find a screw that's the right length to go in here. What? No, there's a measure somewhere here. Where'd it go? I'm just looking over it now. Where is... Oh, wait, here's measure device down here. Forget that's down in the corner there. Alright, so going from there to here is 1.442, so 1.5 inch screw will get that. Okay. So let's go 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches. And then... yeah, I'll just fasten it to the gear. And then fasten that here to the gear. Flip it. Perfect. Alright. So that'll be our wheel assemblies. Now to just slide it back. Oh well, let's finish out the... So here, then here, and here. Those need to... copy 3 items. Paste 3. Paste 3 and paste 3. Actually, no, we'll just do the 2. So now I need to fasten here to the bottom. Yes. And then I need to fasten you also to this bottom here. Cars outside being loud. Here. And then fasten you. Alright. Alright, so now I'm going to delete these here. And then replace them with you. Copy 10 items. Paste 10 items. Drag that around, make sure everything's connected, yep. And then paste 10 items. Alright, now let's go over here. Put you here. You here towards the center. And then you... Whoop. Yep. Alright. So now bring you back. Okay. So there's quite a bit of space there. Bring this straight back. Yeah, there we go. So now what I'm going to do is measure again, figure out roughly how much space between here and here. That is saying it's a 1/4 inch there. And it just barely sticks out there. So let's see if we can do 3/8 possibly. Oh, I also need to put the screw shafts in. Or we can do spacers, 1/2 inch. Yeah, we'll do 3/8. Yeah, do 3/8 for all three of these. Straight for all three of those. So back that up, and back that up. Alright, so fasten you to this hole here, okay. Yep, so fasten you to here. And then fasten you to here. And then fasten you to I think it was this one here. That or it's one up, I can't remember. I think that's right. Yeah, that was right on all three of those. Alright, so now that we've done that, we're gonna go revolute. And then revolute this. Actually, for sake of this, just keep everything simple. Fasten you to you. The rest of the wheel will come with it. Yeah, plenty of space. And now fasten you to you. Good. And fasten you here to there. Alrighty. Now let's measure this face to here. That's 0.275 inches. And so probably what would be best to stick here is a what's it called? Where is it? No, it's not under here. Where'd it go? It's under here either. Alright, so I might just have to label that needs to be a, not a pillow block, but one of the rubber shaft collars. And so what I think I'll do is I'll just take a regular shaft collar and stick that there, because I don't believe they're in... Oh no, here it is, I'm just blind. Alright, so all three of these need one of those. So 1, 2, and 3. Go from one side to the other is, yeah, 0.250. So that'll get you close, and then you can snug it up against the gear. So let's just go fasten. Then we're gonna go, no, not that one. Or wait, actually, because these are going to be screw joints, I have a better idea for what I want to do. Oh, nope, not that. Fast forward, or step forward. What I want to do is I want to insert nylock nuts there, because then that will keep your see now, is it 0.25? 0.192, okay. So you go 0.192 here. Insert again, insert U, and then insert U. I want to fasten U to right here, I think. The base. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted to do. Okay. And then go here to, is it here, I think? Or is it one back? One back, okay. And flip. Okay. Then we're going to so that's got our gears mostly in place, at least for the wheels and their gears. Now to figure out the spacing for our actual drive gears, because that'll be a little bit different. So let's go measure again. Measure here to... This face is the one that we want, really. 1.125. So, 1/8", and so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go half inch, and then a 1/4 inch, maybe? Yeah, I think that's probably what I'll do to give an 1/8 difference offset between the two. That way they're not sitting there rubbing, and that gives the wheel a bit of space. Of course, you can sit there and shimmy in some washers to help with the spacing, but what I want to do is now, yeah, I'm actually going to first take U and fasten to here. Yep, and then I'm going to take you and fasten here, I think. And then I need to rotate you around. Yes, I think. Yeah, that was a lot better. Okay. Wait. I just realized that is the wrong spot. Of course it is. Why wouldn't I have messed that up? I can't do anything right on Friday night. Alright, so let's redo this to now be I think that's the right spot now. Yeah, that's the right spot now. And then 25, edit. Yeah, I need some different music. Ooh. Okay. Alright, so yeah, I think this is going to end up being up here. Then this drive motor, of course, will be up here. Wait, well, no, not 150, 180. Yeah, 180. Then I think this will end up being up here above it, except closer to like here, probably. Like I said, want to kind of shift that back out of the way. And then we will shift this back here for when I get ready for the... Wait. Did I not? Oh, I have it on the wrong side. Okay, let me flip this real quick. Flip. Yep. $180 back on around. Alright. So yeah, that looks a lot better now. Yep, okay. So now, need to get you secured. So what did I say I was going to do? Actually, what would be a better way to kind of... Yeah, okay, probably 2 3/8, and then a 1/2 inch would probably be better, because the 1/2 inch are a lot more useful elsewhere. So we're going to go 3/8, 3/8, and then... Actually, no, if I go... Oh, that's my mic. Actually, if I go 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, and then the rubber spacer, that would actually probably be better. So let's go 1/2 inch. Because that only ended up being, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for drive side? Yeah, so we're going to go 1/2 inch here. Yeah, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, and then... No, it wasn't in here, it was in... Here we go. So now fasten, oh, not revolute. Fasten you to here. Swap you, and then fasten you to here. Flip that. And now we're going to take this stack, copy 3 items, paste, and then paste. And then I think we'll bring, actually, yeah, okay. Because we already got them here, we're just going to go fasten to here to center. Here, flip. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Okay. Alright, so just gotta remember how OnShape likes to do it. So I gotta go center here instead, then go center here. Wait, I thought it was... Did I not do gear first on that last? Okay, never mind. Whatever. That... Okay, never mind. I'm just gonna split these and work with it. Alright. So... Alright, and then fasten this to here, right? Yeah, good. Okay. And then now fasten you to... No, not that face, not that face. Here. Alright. Now, what is the distance between here and this face? 0.150. What is the head height on a screw? 0.114. Alright. In that case, then I'm gonna go... with the bearing. That's only bearing flat. I'm gonna do a low profile, but I'm gonna go just regular bearing flat. Okay, I can fit them in here also. Okay, so I'm gonna go 1 bearing flat, 2 bearing flat, and then I get these placed, and then I'll decide if I want to do the others. But this one needs to go here. And then that should be enough space to get those screws in there. Just make sure we do that first before putting the rest of this together. And then this one needs to go here. There we go. So I'll keep those shafts centered there. Okay, yeah. So if we run the screw axles through, oops, this way from here to here, or like from, whoa, what did I just hit? See, if I go and put the head here and then go through here to here, that will actually be better because then we can take the side off without having to take the motors off. So that'll be a lot easier to maintenance. Okay. So yeah, that's the way we'll do it. So then I need to probably grab now I want to grab these screws for the shafts. So I need to come back out, V5. Screws and nuts. Then I'm gonna go star drive screw. 2.5 is the max here. Does RoboSource have the longer ones? I think they do, right? Okay, only 2" on those. Do they not have longer ones? I thought they did. Okay, I could have swore that RoboSource had the longer screws on here. Okay, what? I need to find those screws then because they should have longer. Okay, there are longer ones available, I know, so for now we'll just use the 2.5, I guess. Okay, now and this one next. Oh wait, they actually 2.5 is long enough? Oh wait. Yeah, dummy. Interior. Yeah, that's not even 2 inches. Okay, so yeah, that actually works perfectly. Wow, I am... Yep, you can tell it's Friday. Alright, so you don't have to have 3-inch screws in order to do that. So now we're gonna go insert, put nuts on. And then go here. This one. No, not that. Come here. Go here. Alright. So now step back under here. Hang up on my mic cord. Totally professional stream. Alright, so that's got it mostly together. I'm gonna add the rest of the bearing flats now. So let's go here. Bearing flats. So let's add. Yeah, I really just need the two. Third one. Okay, that is third, right? Yep. So now third one will kind of slide over here with this stuff. Yeah. So now you will come over here to this side, and you will also come over here to this side. And then come here, you'll come here, and then you'll come here. Okay, so center on you. Then come to here, rotate there, and then come you to here. Then I need to stick nuts on the outside of y'all. So let's go X, insert. This is the part that takes the longest always, is screws and nuts. But extra bit of detail doesn't help, especially when you're thinking through how you're going to build the bot. That is not where we wanted it. I'm starting to hurt my ear. Shift my headset around real quick. There we go. Alrighty now. So now moving on to last nut here. And then now need the shaft. Yeah, just come here, measure. Need to try and get down the full bore. Yep, there we go. 3.156. So if I measure out from all the way inside to out here, 3.394, so about 3.25, right? Should be ish, I think. Yeah, 3.25 will be just a little long. How much distance do we have between here and here? Was it an eighth, right? 0.150. Let me bring back up this. Actually, yeah, an eighth should be enough, because then you'll have, yeah, 0.025 tolerance, yeah. So let's go with an eighth spacer there for each of those, and then that'll have those done. Eighth here, eighth nope. Eighth here, and then an eighth for you. Do you first. That shouldn't Okay, there we go. Go center, there, good. And then here, 8th center, there. All right. So now let's go. Oh, now I have to add the screws here. Okay. So if I sit here and I go. Probably hide would be best. Yeah, go hide there, hide here. And then I need screws that are how long again? .504 at the very end, and so 1/2" screws are plenty long enough. So now inserts. Back out to here, go screws. Half-inch screws. One, 2, 3, 4, and then come over here and do 5 and 6. Oh, forgot the 2 nuts earlier, but take care of that later. Yeah, I'll take care of these later. Right now I'm just trying to get this side done. Now here. Alright, so now I can unhide those gears, right? Where'd I put them, those question? Show. Alright, so that's got nearly one side of this drivetrain done. Just need to finish up the screws for the other bearing flats, I believe. Oh, and shafts. So now let's measure. 3156. I think I'll go ahead and insert, and I'll actually place shaft collars on the outside here as well. Let's go V5 again. Where did they? Yeah. So 1 and 2. Okay. So those are added on the outside. Do they poke out the side at all? Just barely, slightly. Alright, so now with those on, measure how long the shafts need to be. 3.406. I think I'll make them 3.5 and then just... Yeah, I'll make them 3.5 and then just stick them all the way through. Oh, yeah, I can shorten them down because shafts luckily here are very forgiving. or 3.375. Wait. Oh, forgot the 3 is kind of busting on my keyboard. Oh, 3.375 is almost perfect out to there. Okay, that works. So yeah, I think that'll keep those on there then. 3.375 out to here. Wait. What am I doing? That was not what I'm about to do. Alright. So now that has the shafts in there. Now need the wheels to be hide. So I can now get these screws in here. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 3/8, and then that was what, 1/2 inch there that was used. So I'm gonna go nuts. One, 2, 3, and 4 being used. No, not there. I definitely need to practice a lot more with this. No, no, that's not what I need. There we go, that's what I need. Alright, there, flip, mount. Got that one that time. Center there. That's what I want. Okay, so I need 1, 2, 3, 4 1/2 inch, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 3/8. Alright, so now screws. Let's go with the 3/8 first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. So now flip around here. I want you. You go on this one here. Oh yes, you flipped the right way. Thank goodness. Here. There. And then here. First one. And then get the second one. Or oh, those are for the outside bearing flat layer. Okay. Forgot what these two screws were for.
I don't think I can take this anymore. I might just break all the
See now. Swap the music up a little bit. Let's see. So now 1/2 inch again. Again, don't always have to go this detailed with a build, but it doesn't hurt when trying to get a bill of material and like how much or how many parts you'll need for stuff. There's one hidden behind each other there. Okay, now, and final screw. Alright, so now let's go and unhide those two, whatever, the 3 Omni wheels. Okay, all 3 of them. Where's the, oh, it's all the way up here. Shell. Show and where's the other one? Oh, right here. I just overlooked it. Alright. So that's now one side of the drivetrain. So what I'm going to do is I will now create a new assembly. Oh wait, where did I do that from? Wait, where was the create new again? Crap, I can't remember. Oh, here it is. Oh boy. Create assembly. This one will rename to drivetrain left side. And so like I said, this is the right side, of course. And I will take this whole thing. Copy 99 items. And we'll paste all 99 into here. Let me see if, okay, everything is attached. So now I will rotate 180 here. And then I will take this piece here. Okay, I need to figure out what fasten was that. I think it wasn't it a little bit later than that, or was it not? Oh, this is the bottom. Okay, so it's more like back in the 30s. Oh, it's all the way back up here. Let's just scroll back up into the 20s now. Wait. Oh, it's all the way back up here in 4 and 5. Okay, so we're going to take Q. Actually, take you. We're going to do suppress. And we're going to take you, edit. We're going to X here. Then we're going to go here. Right? Actually, no, we need to flip them, so I need to put it on the same one that it's on. Edit. Oh, it's been a long day. Yeah, and now I need to take you, edit, here, and then come here, here, and then unspress. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to take. Just delete those. Why? Oh, good grief. Good Lord, have mercy. So we're going to unsuppress now. Edit. Oh, okay. Unsuppress. No. Edit. Rotate. Flip. Why are you still not? Good grief. Rotate again. There we go. Okay, you just weren't in the right orientation. Oh, good grief. So now, I need to build up and figure out where to mount you. First things first. Man. Alright. Actually, I've not gotten as far as I thought that I would at this point. Wait. Shift that way. Now we can kind of shift this around the center. Okay, shift that there. And then we will fix you. Alright, so now let's go. And that's flipped the wrong way, but that's fine. I'll fix that later. Whatever. So now I need to figure out what the spacing is in order to get the... Yeah, in order to get this one here. So probably a 10 long piece would be best. Or set that up there. Yeah. So we're going to insert a... Yeah, it's not too... Probably half inch shorter, so maybe like inch and a half. So let's go with inch long. Standoffs are a lot easier to find. So let's go with 1, 2, actually do that and then I'll delete you. Because then I will insert, put on 1/4 inch spacers on either side of you. 1/4 inch spacers. And then we'll go fasten. slot them there, here, fasten to the top there, and then I will need 4 of those. Now I need insert, and I need structure, C channel, and it needs to be 1x2, not steel. And make it 5 inches long. Generate. Go here and here. Now I'm going to hide this, and hide this, and it will still maintain that spacing. So now I need to do alright. So for this I'm going to do what would be the best way to do this? That's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. Roughly. And it's 10, so I think shift it over 1 probably would be the best thing to do. So let's go fasten. And then I'm gonna go here. Fasten this one to here. Rotate, yep. And then fasten on top of this one. That way if I want to slide it over, I just have to adjust that one. Okay. So now stop for just a second to shift this over. Oh, I need to shift it over 1 more. Oh wait, no, I made it relative to the motor, that's right. So slide here, and then here. Okay, that's good. So now I'll just slide it back a little bit. Actually, back over to here. And then I'm going to put you on now. And you go here. Then you'll go here. And then go. Wait. No. This one is top. Yeah, okay. Fasten again. And that goes here. Yeah, in that hole there. So line it up with this one. Yeah, I already had the washer or the spacer on here. Now I'm gonna go outside. What was this, outside or inside bearing flat? I think this was, no, this was inside bearing flat here. No, that's not the one that I need. Inside goes here. Flip. Rotate here. And then you go here. That's the right side. Yes, it is. Alright, so now go again with the bearing flats, inserts. Do nuts. Or screws and nuts. So I should go ahead and put these two in while I'm here. Because I do need two more bearing, or no, one more bearing flat for this side. There. Now this is half-inch ship. Nope, not really. That's the wrong one. There, and you come to here. You along here to be centered. Alright. Actually, that also could be good with it being like that. Because how wide is this overall right now? Overall width of this is what right now? 5.331 inches. Okay, not too bad. Just potentially shift the, what's it called? High-speed motors up. Yeah, let me finish up these screws. What? Can I please grab that? Thank you. Alright, now let's put some 3/8 inch screws there. I need 2 more 1/2 inch right here also. So I'll actually go back, grab the 3/8 inch here. Then, actually, I said I'll grab the 1/2 inch first, but I grabbed the 3/8. It doesn't matter. Thought I grabbed Revolute there again for a second. And let's see, can I get this one? No, wait, I need to flip that around. Alright. Edits. Flip. Yeah. And now fasten mate. And go to the other side now. Okay, that's the right one. Flip view. Now come up here. Now I need 3/8. They're always on the wrong direction. Have to flip them around. Alright, so now flip that. Insert U. I think that now mostly finishes up this one side of the drivetrain. I'll finish up this side later. At the very least, I can go ahead and just do that and then hide. But for all intents and purposes, I think starting full robot assembly now might be, or maybe like create assembly, and I think this one will be chassis assembly, which is going to be right and left sides. So go ahead and just current documents. Oh, that is not them. Not other document. Wait. Oh, assemblies. Duh. That's left side. Right now, let's just do right side. Okay, great. Right side. So slide U over to here. Check. So now, yeah, I think I'll put another C channel across the back as a cross beam. So let's see. How long do I want to make that one as a question? Because wait. From here to here currently is how long? So that's showing us 3 inches total from face to face. Okay. And then come back to here looking at so I go from here outside edge to outside edge could be, it could be a 35. think we'll go 35 because bringing the wheels to the inside means that these need to be a little wider. So we'll go insert other document, then V5 structure, C channel. Then we're gonna go to 2, right? generate, and then do I try to get it? Oh wait, no, this is drivetrain. I need the chassis assembly. Chassis assembly. Yep. Now yeah, I think that's probably gonna end up being the best way to do this. Copy 3, because I can't remember if that's the same 3 that, so I've copied, paste 3, and then paste 3. So we're gonna go fasten U to U, and then U to U. And then we're going to bring in the 1x2, generate here, then fasten here, here. Yeah, I think that'll roughly work. Give a wider base. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Definitely. Alright. So and then across the back here we can have a 25, I think. Yeah, let's go like a 25 5 wide. C channel, and we'll go 12.5 inches, generate, and then yeah, then this can restore. This can be placed here. Flip. Yeah, and that's how we'll kind of square up the chassis a little bit better. Yeah, okay. Looking good, looking good. Alright, so now let's go when did the music stop? Oh, because it reached the end of... Okay, yeah. Let's continue on here. Yeah. Ooh. Nah. Let's try. Okay. There we go. Alright. Now, I don't think I have any of this grounded, so I'm going to slide this over to here, actually. And then maybe use you as my fixed piece.
hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits, I'm losing shit. A stupid myth, you choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
Let's go ahead and finish the left side actually, now that I think about this. Yeah, go ahead and finish the left side now. So let's go with... Actually, yeah, I'll just go ahead and here, 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 and these three. Copy 14 items, and that should allow me to just go paste 14, and then yeah, slot forward one. So now let's go fasten mate. Actually, no, because I fastened up here. Yeah, fasten 410 in. Alright, so let's go here. And then do this one now. Nope, that is not it. And now here, then
let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong.
come back up to here. Alright. And wait. Okay, I'll get the gear centered first. And then get the... Actually. Here. Actually, all those parts are already over there. It's this really that I need. Yeah, that's the one that I actually needed. Paste 5. And then this needs to be fasten you to here, right? Right spot, except need to flip it. So edit here, X, U, and then flip it around to here instead. And flip. Yeah, there we go. That's what I need. Now I need motor. Flip to here. Yeah, that's right. And now I need you. Rotate. Yep. And okay. Let's get this on the outside on this side. Let's come with it. And then we'll go here, flip. Here. Alright, now. Let's go. I think that's the 1/2 inch for this. So let's get the nuts in here real quick. V5 parts. Nuts. Then the 3/8 is all that I need on this side, and then it's done. 3/8. No, wrong thing. 3/8. And that is the left side done. So now alright. So now let's insert current document assemblies, drop train, left side. Alright, so now I need copy 3 items. Now I need to paste. Now let's go fasten mate and mount to you first, and then mount to that. Moved a lot more than I thought it would. Why did it not? I don't know what happened. I know I selected that. Hold up. Come to here and there we go. And there. Now here's the tougher part. Trying to get you And you. Okay, that didn't mess anything up, right? Nope, good. Alrighty now. So now to figure out like intake and stuff like that. Okay, so from there to there is going to end up being the furthest point right now. So, how long is it? .564. Ooh, we are a half inch under. Let's go. Or about a half inch under. Alright, now let's go. I guess like the edge of this point to opposite edge here. .339, yep. Kind of a square or a octagon right now. So let's see. Let's see now. Alright, so now the chassis is complete. So let's go to create assembly. And I think we'll go rename and start intake here. Let's see. For intakes, you have several options. You have like the flap intake, you have flex wheels. I almost wonder if could you kind of fit two intakes side by side, possibly? Like, what's the distance from here to here? 11.5. Game elements are max is 3.84. So we'll say 4 inches. And that gives you 3 inches between. That kind of gives me an idea. Okay, so this is 25 between these two, so I'm thinking of going... How far down could I fit that? Maybe a half inch? So, let's go... VEXU5 parts... Then, let's see now... Skip on down to this one. Yeah, there we go. Alright. And if we take a standoff, that comes down a half inch. Is that enough? Just test one real quick to see. Because if I place this, where do I want to place it is the question. if I place you, say I place you there, is that below the, oh, probably from here it'll be a better view. Okay, that is below this, that's that moment, okay. Alright, so I think I'm actually going to delete you because I'm starting to think that an intake on top would probably be better instead of, no, because you need to be able to get to the, you need to be able to stick into the, or fit around the, what's it called, loader. For that, let's see now. Just go ahead and do create assembly. Let's actually make create folder chassis. I think chassis assembly can go in there, drivetrain on the right side, and drivetrain left side can go in there. Okay. Oh, no, not the intake. Which parent folder? There we go. All those. Alright, so intake. If I do robot assembly. Wait, I just remembered, I forgot. Did I forget the shafts on top for the... Ah, crap, yes I did. Okay, in that case, we're gonna go... Shafts, and it's 3.375, okay. Insert... V5 parts... Shafts... 1.375 inch, yep, here, and then go fasten you, and angle you, get all the way back in there. That's... Did I hit something else instead? That must have been what I did. Oh, cause okay. Yeah, that's right. Just I don't have the. Oh boy. And this is what's important to add all parts. And then I go to the wrong menu. Go figure. Yeah, that's right. Good grief. Alright, so the chassis assembly. Did that update? Yep, it did. Okay. Left side now. I need you. Not sure where that one disappeared to. Let's just come down here, here. There we go. Fasten now to Center here. There, flip. There. Alright. So now I need shaft. There we go. Now, that's finally done correctly. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Intake for robot assembly now. I'll go and current document assemblies, chassis assembly. Oh, I didn't hit the check mark. That's roughly centered there. Now, what about this way? And for sake of argument, that's good enough. And then fix. Alright. So now that one can't move. Alright. So here's the thing for the intake that I've thought about. You could kind of put two intakes next to one another in a way. Let me kind of see if I can actually like get that or like show that. Basically, so it's 25, right? Yeah. I think that we can get, oh, go to the next. I think if you do a, well, if you do flap intake, then you'll be out of size. Actually, not necessarily, depending on how you set it up. Okay, so let's go intake, then I'm actually gonna go, let me see. Yeah, I might have made a mistake with this. Okay. Here's what I'm going to slightly modify, I guess. Possibly. Well, actually, no. For now, I'll leave it. I'll just do the single center intake. Or no, I could still do an off-center intake. Maybe. Let me just think about this for a sec. Because you have enough space in here. Like brain and stuff can kind of go here. So let me actually think about that real quick. For chassis assembly. Okay, so yeah, let me go full robot assembly real quick, and then we're gonna go maybe brain and battery. See electronics. We're gonna go robot brain. Brain, then radio. radio, and then battery. Battery there. I think that is, yeah, that's at least the required stuff, so. Alright, so check. Now, thinking about the intake, we want to go, how do I best explain this? You want your intake to be here in the center, of course, but you do have a little bit of space to kind of expand out the front. This is a 7.5 though, and so like they can only expand out after the beginning of the match. So here's what I'm going to show, I guess, is that you have what, 2.5 here. So coming from here to here's 3.5. Okay, so that's kind of the sweet spot basically, is what, 7 wide? Okay. Let's go intake then. And then go with yeah, I think that if I go 25 wide here, structure, C channel, no, let's go angles, 1 ball aluminum, and then go 12.5 inches here. Generate that. And let me see if I can kind of think about this for a sec. Okay. Definitely stopping streaming about like 30 minutes, but whatever. Let's come in here real quick. Let's go with here real quick, real fast. So now, center this here, probably gonna rotate this around real quick for 180. To here. And then let's go with, actually, I'll slide this over, basically center it up here. That way I can, yeah. So now with it centered here, going back to the full robot assembly, that's 25, and so if I go, if that's mounted down like right here, I can only go 2 inches, right? From, actually here's the best way I guess to do that is insert, and then go standoffs, and then maybe do 2-inch standoffs, 2-inch. Or no, it won't be 2-inch, it'd probably be like more like 1. Cause yeah, you're a little offset, so I think it'll probably be 1. I'm actually wrong there, so. Yeah, I'm an idiot. It needs to be, change configuration, let's go 1 inch. Not IIN, just IN. There we go. So if I go down 1 inch, it's there. But then if I, that was not what I was expecting. One inch there. But what if I change configuration to 1.25? 1.375. Okay, so 1.375 is probably the lowest I need to go. Okay, so let's go 1 inch then. Then I will go. Actually, yeah. It's a max 1.375. I'm going to take you. And then I'm going to rotate you 180. And then I'm going to go. Rotate you around now. 180. And then from here to here's what thickness? 0.063, so 16th. Let's see now. Let me see now. The 16th there. Let's go insert, and then I'm gonna take a 1/2 inch. Well, first fix that, and then take a 1/2 inch screw from here. Then fasten to the bottom here. And then this is how much? 0.150 between the head and the inside face. So a little over 1/8, basically. A little over 1/8. Let's flip back over here to the game manual real quick, because that bottom goal is how far up off the ground, and people can easily push into it. Oh, only half. That's a 1/2 inch, so. And you can push the game element from the floor into that, and so. I think that if I just do the 1 inch, then that should be plenty there. So let's go inserts. And then do the 1 inch standoff. Or that was, did I say that was 1 inch? It was 1/2 inch, right? Yeah, it's 1/2 inch, 0.50. If I said that was 1, then that was big slip up on my part. But for this bot's design plan is to basically have it to where there is a trap door sort of mechanism in like the center of the bot here, to where then the game elements could fall into the bot if they are the opposing alliance color. So that's kind of the plan for why I'm designing the bot like this. So let's see now. Or I'm going to design the intake to be like off to one side, and then the game elements can then be offloaded into here from a trapdoor kind of dropping from the side, which will probably be more effective. Because between these motors you have, how much space again? 6.838, so you can almost fit two game elements right next to one another in there. But height-wise, it would then be yeah, because plan would be to like have plates basically come down along here, or like sand-offs across here to support those pieces. But right now the height of the chassis is only like, at 1 3/8, 3.5. Where's my calculator? 3.5 plus 1.375. So we're not even 5 inches tall yet, so we could still fit quite a few pieces inside the bot. Let's go with okay. Actually, because this stream has drug on for 3.5 hours now, I think that I may cut it there, let my brain get some rest, come back and finish this, or work some more on it tomorrow. I'll stream that as well, and then possibly, actually no, I'll probably do some more on it a couple days from now. 2 days max after, well, no, I'll come back Monday. Just make it easy on myself. I'll come back Monday. I'll go ahead and set a notification for that as well. And then, yeah, that's where we'll end up next. And I'll work on the intake first thing, get a better idea for how I want to actually design it. But yeah, good thing is, I have full chassis built, and it will fit within the sizing constraints. So, for anyone that's watching, thank you very much for being here. And yeah, that's it. Have a good day, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. And go Bulldogs. Thank you.